Hello, puzzlers and particulates. My name is TBS Guy, and I don't know if this is going to work as a Let's Play particularly, but this is a game I've played a lot and been playing a lot, so I figured, why not share it at some point or another. Welcome to Picross. It's a puzzle game. It's a kind of, I like to describe it as a mix, sort of the halfway point between a crossword and Sudoku, and I'll show you how it works. So what you have is a grid like this. This is a 5x5, which is the easiest ones you can get. And what you have at the edges of these grids is numbers. So, up at the top here, we have a 3, right? And what that means is that somewhere within this length of 5, a continuous block of 3 needs to exist. Over here on the left, we have a 5, which means that within this continuous length of 5, a continuous block of 5 needs to exist, right? So far, so simple. So you figure out, okay, there needs to be 3 here, and there needs to be 5 there, and there needs to be 5 there. Okay, so 5. And you just go through, and you logically kind of deduce your way towards it. But what about when there's multiple numbers? Well, here we have 1, 1, and 1, which means we need 3 blocks of 1. They can't all be connected. They have to be separated from each other. So we'll put down these separators. There we go. And as you can see, the numbers out on the side go gray when you have solved the row, which allows you to mark these things out. And we've solved the one over here completely, just by accident of solving the other ones. And now here we need to fill this up with 3, right? But there's 4 available spaces. So what do? Well, no matter how we configure it, if we had 3 here, then these 2 in the middle would be taken up, right? But if we had 3 here, then these 2 in the middle would also be taken up. So no matter where the last block needs to go, these 2 must be filled up. Like, there's no way to configure this block of 4 into a block of 3 without filling up the 2 in the middle. So we know that one for damn sure. Up here, because we know that this one block in the horizontal lines needs to be filled up, and it can't be connected to anything else, we can do this. And that only leaves us with 1 space available, which fills up that one. So we can say, okay, this vertical row is definitely done, so we'll close that off, which gives us that. And at the end of these puzzles, you then get a little bit of pixel art, which down in the 5x5s, obviously that's going to be some incredibly simplistic pixel art, but once you get up into the 20x15s, you can actually get some pretty nice little pictures out of it. Anyway, let me show you a 10x10. Obviously, I've solved all of these already. Not that I remember the solutions, but here in the 10x10, you can see things start to get a lot more complicated. So how would you go about solving something like this? Well, I like to find the ones that seem to have the biggest numbers, right? So we have a 1 and a 1 and a 5 in the vertical row over here. So we'll say, okay, so there definitely needs to be at least 1. There needs to be 1, right? And then there needs to be an empty space. And then there needs to be another 1, and then there needs to be an empty space. So that's 4 blocks will definitely be needed in order for the 2 1s to fit in there, right? Because they can't be connected to anything else. So we have this block now of remaining blocks, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in order to fit, so we have this block of 5 that needs to fit into this block of 6, which means we can fill up the 4 middle spaces, because no matter whether we do 5 like this, or whether we do 5 like this, those 4 middle spaces definitely have to be filled up. Now, we don't know about the 1s. I can't say for sure where the 1s are supposed to go exactly, but I have this now. I've been able to fill this in and say, that for sure definitely needs to be filled up. And that allows me to mark out this space between, on the horizontal line here, because there needs to be space next to the block of 1s. And the same thing here, because here there definitely needs to be 1, and there needs to be 1, and then there needs to be 1. Okay, so we can't fit. This block right here has to be one of the 1s in the vertical row here, because otherwise, there's no way for any of this to fit. So I don't know where the 2 goes, but I definitely know that this right here has to be one of the 1s, and then the other 2 1s can be either here and here, or they could be here and here, or here, or whatever. I don't know, but I just gathered the knowledge that I absolutely can be sure of, and I'm working from that. So, let's see. What else can we do here? Well, so it's 2 and 1. That's 2. There. I can fill that one up, because there needs to be 2, and then an empty space, and 1, and then an empty space, and then there's 3, and those 3 will have to overlap in the middle, so we can get that one away. Which means, boom, now we know that, and now we know that these remaining 4 blocks have to fit a 1 and a 2 inside them, and there's only one way for them to do that, and that's this one. So we can fill that one up. And now we know that in these rows over here, there's only 1 block of 2 and 1 block of 3. So even if we did that, right, these spaces here definitely are not going to be used. So I can say those spaces will definitely not have anything in them whatsoever, so I can just block those out. No problem. And the same thing down here, because it's only a block of 2. And all of that, like, it closes off things so that I could say, for example, here we need a 1 and an empty space and a 1 and an empty space and a 1 and an empty space and then 2. Oh, well, there's only one possible way to do that. There we go. That's another row filled in. Then we have a 4 and a 1. Can't do anything with that right now, but since I know there needs to be a 1 and a space and a 3 and a space and then a 2, but there's no way for a 2 to fit here and then have an empty space. This full block right here cannot be part of the 3, which means it must be part of the 2, which means I can do this, because if this one's part of the 2, and then there needs to be a 1 up here, then we have this space of 4, where again, because there's a block of 3 that needs to be filled in, those 2 will overlap for damn sure. And I'm sure this is very confusing to people who don't play Picross. Like, it's hard to explain this game. You kind of have to play it for yourself. But it's one of my favorite brain teaser games. Like, I really just enjoy spending time with this, because there's always a solution. There always is. You just have to find the one thing. For example, here, in the vertical, right, we have a 1 and a 1 and a 5. Now, here we have 4, and here we have 1, so those have to be separate, which means that has to be one of the individual ones. And now there's only one way to fill that one in there. Boom. So we have a 5 and a 1, and now we have something in the row down here, which is we have a 2 that needs to be, and then there needs to be a 3. Does that do anything for us? Well, no, because here we could have 3 and 2, but we could also have 2 and then 3, so we don't know what to do with that one yet. We'll just leave that alone for the moment. Digga. I should stress, I'm playing this game on the highest difficulty setting that's available, which is with absolutely no assistance whatsoever. There's also a lot of features where, like, you can have the game tell you when you make a mistake. Like, if I fill in this thing, the game will go, oh, no, that's a wrong one. That's actually supposed to be empty, and it'll help you out that way, which makes it a lot easier. But I've been playing this so long that I kind of crave the challenge of the higher difficulty modes, so that's what I do. Filling in the 4 and the 1, and the 2 goes there, and then the 1 goes there, and then we fill that one in, and we take this 4, and then the 2 goes here, and then there, and then there, and then that one has to be separated, which means we can put the 1 there, which means that's the 2, which means that's the 3, which means that's the 2, which means that's the 2, which means that's the 1, which means that's the 1, which means that's the 2, which means that one is empty now, and there we go. That fills in that particular row. Here we go, here we go, here we go, there we go, and that's that one, and then it's there, and the puzzle is solved. So, let me try and do one without explaining myself. Let's see if I can solve these things in like a minute sometimes. Oh, that one took me 3 minutes last time. Let's take that one. Clearly I had trouble with that one. So let's see if that one goes a little bit slower for me. It probably will. There'll be some little thing that messes me up, but let's see what happens. Fill you in there and go there. There's a 2 and a 2 and a 2, and then can't do anything with that. And you go there, and that means that one, and then that means it's not going to do anything for me. Nope. Oh yeah, I see why. I had trouble with that one. So it's 3, and there's 4, and there's 2, and then the And by the way, is it just me? Oh, I see. There's a 2 I can fill in right here. Is it just me, or does the music in this Picross game sound a lot like Plastic Love? Like, it has that city pop feel, I think. And I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just like an accident, because these games always have like elevator music on them for whatever reason. Yoink, get one that there, get one that there, and then we go here, and then that goes there, and then yoink, and then you go, and that's a 3, and then that's a 2, and that's a 4, and that's a 1, and 1, and 1. Hello. Oh, right, these can be filled in. There we go. And surely that one can't be it, because that's a 2, which means that's a 3, which means... Yeah, no, that's not a good thing. You go over here, and there, 3 and a 2. Oh, right, there's one right there. I can just fill that row in easily, no problem. And it's a funny thing, because like sometimes I can solve these puzzles in a minute, and it's just like it just flows, and I just go bonk, 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 bonk. There we go, done, finished. And then sometimes I sit around staring at it like I'm a blind moron. It's like solving you know, when you do the little card things, what is it called? Solitaire. It's called Kabalian Dance. Kabalian Dance. It's called Kabale in Danish, is what I'm trying to say. Nope, that doesn't go there. But this goes here, and then that means that goes there, and 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 that goes there and there, and which means this one goes here, which means that goes there and there. And then there goes that one, and that one, and that one, and those are 3, so that means that goes there, and then we have the 2 here, which needs to be there, which means that, and that, and that, and that. And then there goes that thing, and over here goes you, and there goes you, and there goes you, and there goes you, and that goes that, and that's that, and there we go, and that's the solve. Okay, solved it a little bit faster than I did last time. And I've been working my way through, which one is this? Is Picross 4, 5, something like that. And there's a new one out, and I haven't finished the previous one, so I've been working on it. Let's see this one. I've never seen this one before, so no advantage going in. But there's an 8 right here, which means... I just remember this. Like, with an 8, it always has to be, like, 6 continuous, and then you leave 2 on the side when it's in 10 grids. So we do that. And here goes those things. Make it nice and easy for us. And there goes that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, smooth start so far. La-da-da-dee. And then you fill up like that. That's lovely. And there we go with you. And you go here, and there goes those, and there goes that one, and here, and thus, and you, and there. And the ones, that's only a 4, so I can't really do anything with that, but we can do this, and we can do that. And then we can do those, and then that goes there. And then you go here, which is lovely. And then 1 through 3, and then we'll solve that one later. Here, you can be filled in, I think. Yes, you can. And 1, 2, 3, 2, does it go? Okay, you go there and you go there, which means this one, which means that one, which means those, which means this, which means that goes there. And here goes with you, and you fill up like that, so which means we have the 2, which becomes the 4, and then here, fills up that, which means that's the 3, and that's the 1, and then that goes there. Here we go. Onto that thing, and then this, and what else do we do? Oh, right, we do that, and then we do, fill that one up, and go there, and hit that one, and hit that one, and hit that one, and then we hit you, and then, yoink, that one fills up. That's nice. Very satisfying. Yada-da-dee. Not gonna get this one in under 2 minutes, but that's fine by me. Or maybe we are, actually. Yeah, 142. That's not bad. Toilet. Of all things. Let me turn on some of the assist features, by the way. Just so you can see that this can be a lot easier. Edit options. Yadadum. Highlight correct lines. Hint roulette. Autocorrect mistakes. There. And then we quit the puzzle and try it again. And they'll show you that this can be a lot easier than like it maybe looks a little bit weird the way I'm doing it. But so let's use the hint roulette, right? It's basically this. You stop it somewhere, and it will start you off with some filled lines to work with. And now you can see the numbers out on the side here look very differently. First of all, Boom. Here I made a mistake on purpose, and the game is telling me, nope, that one that can't be filled in. Made a mistake on purpose. Nope, that one has to be filled in. So that makes it a lot easier. But you can also see that the numbers out on the sides now are blue. And any row or column where there is blue numbers, what the game is telling you is you can fill in something here. Like, if you just count through the things and check, you can definitely 100% for sure fill something in. And it's like, it's constantly telling you, like, so the game isn't telling you exactly what spaces to fill in, but it's telling you where to look for spaces to fill in. And that's a really good way to help people when they're starting out, I think, like, because that's certainly the thing that I usually have the most trouble with when I'm playing without the assist features is at some point I'll miss a thing that can be done. And what the game will do is it'll just point you in the right direction so you know where to look, which can make it a lot less frustrating. Because believe me, on the higher, like the bigger puzzles, when you don't know where to look and you've accidentally missed a thing, like something just hasn't registered in your brain as an opportunity to fill in tiles, you'll get really frustrated because you'll be looking over the same thing over and over again, but because for some reason your brain just has decided not to see the logical solution, you'll just get stuck in place for ages and ages and ages. Anyway, I have to redo this one now because I usually play without assistance, and if you play without assistance, then you get a gold star, and I want the gold star because the gold star looks really nice and it pleases my ego. So, we go, and we turn off and off and off all of the assist modes, and then the quit. And I still use the assist modes, like I sometimes still use the hint roulette. In some of them more, like in the 20 by 15 puzzles, just because sometimes they're really frustrating and I want to have fun instead of being annoyed. Okay, so we have that 7. That's pretty easy to fill in. Yeah, that has to be the 5. There's really no way around that. Yeah. No, we do that. And I don't remember I know I solved it just a second ago, but I don't remember anything about the puzzle, like, or how to solve it. Like, that has not stuck in my head whatsoever, because I'm not seeing the puzzle at all. I'm just seeing the logic of it, I guess. Boink, go there, you go there, boink, boink, yoink. And then you go here, I guess. And that's you from there. And then that's that thing. And there goes you. And you go there. And then, yeah, no. Can't do anything there, but we can do this. And that's one of the 3. And that could be anything, but one of them has to go here for sure. So that means you go here and you go here. Yeah, it means you go there and there and there. And that's that row solved. And then we do this. And then we do that. And then we do here. And thus. And hence. And... okay, that means you be there. Yoink. Just fill out that row, and there we go. You, and 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 here we go, and that's there, and that goes 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 there. There we go. But there definitely are times when I've tried and retried a puzzle so many times that I begin to remember, like, bits of it that are correct. That kind of makes it a lot easier to solve it quickly. So you can just improve your times by just grinding and eventually memorizing the puzzle. And I don't know if there's any leaderboards for this stuff. Presumably some person can just, like, look at the thing and just solve it in one smooth motion. Which actually, I should kind of look that up, because, like, I imagine, like, there must be some people who are able to do these things incredibly quickly. So 2, 4, and then the 2, and then the 2, thus, and there's still room for a 1 and a 2 there, so we don't do that. But that one has to be the 1, so that we're closing that one off, and then there's not room for a 2 and a 3 here, which means we can do this and that, which means we have that thing, which means that's the 5, and then that has to be closed off for the 1. And then there's there, and there's the 2, and the 2, and the 2, and the 2, and the 2. I can't really do anything with those, but I can maybe do something with the 5. Yeah, we can, because the 5 has to be connected over there. You dumb idiot. Haha. And then you go here, and then there. And then what do? We do you. There, and that means that one has to be a 2, and then that one has to be there. And then what else happens? Oh yeah, it's a 3, obviously. And then there's the 1, and then there's the 5, which goes right there. That was a little too much. 3 there. There's also, I used to love this so much. There was a 3D Picross for, I can't remember if it was the 3DS or the 2, or it's just like the normal DS, but there was like a 3D version of Picross where it was like a cube in space that you had to manipulate around on a 3D axis in order to create little 3D models, like little voxel 3D models, and I thought that was such a good game, and so sad they never made another one of those, because that just ruled, like having to do it in 3D space. That was fucking awesome. I hurt my hand playing that game. I guess I was just doing it way too much and holding my DS in like a terrible way. I feel like it must have been the 3DS. Or maybe not. 215. Not my best time. So what the hell is that? Is that churros? Oh, okay. I guess from a distance. Sure. They can be churros. And what do we have here? We have the ones. It's going to be that and that and that and that and that. Okay, there we go. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill in you, and you go here, and you go here, and then you go there because you kind of have to. And then that means that one has to be closed off, which means you know what of the 4. Can't really do anything with that, but I can do something with the 2 and the 4 because that gives me that one, which means that's a 2 and a 2, which means that one is a 2 and a 2, and aha! Moving on from there, which means that one has to be a 1, and that one kind of has to. I feel like it's probably the 2, but I can't be sure. So I also can't really do anything with that, but I do know that that one is. Well, no, it doesn't have to. God damn it. Okay, well, moving on from that disaster then to fill in these and just do the 5, which is pretty easy because that means I can fill in 4 right there. And that means that one has to be the 4, which means the 1 has to go up here, which means that, and then I can put the 4 over there, which fills in one of those spaces, which is something. And then the 2 goes there, and then the 4 goes there, and then that means we get this thing, which means the 1 has to go here, which means that's the 3, which means that's the 2. And then that's the 2, obviously, because it's trapped up against a wall. Then anything else over there? No, it doesn't look like it. But that means that one has to be a 1, which is lovely, because that blocks off. We can't really put the 2 in there yet, though. So here, you can be the 2. There we go. And then that means we can close off those. Then we have the 2 and the 2, and that means one of the 2s has to go here, which means we do that and this, and then we do this. And that goes there. And then, yeah, no, we can't really do that. How about that one? No, we can't do that one either. How about that one? No, we can't do that one either. How about that one? We can do this one. We can do that one, which means that's the 2, which means that goes there. Put you in there, and then there's the 1, and then there's the 2 there, which means that 1 has to be filled in, so that can't be the 2, which means the 4 extends over here, which means nothing. Okay, yeah, no, nothing there, but we can do this, and we can do that, maybe. No, we can't. We can do this and we can do that. Yes. Hooray. And that means the 2 has to go in there, which means nothing in that row, actually, unfortunately. What else? How about the 2 over here? No. What about the 2 down here? No. Oh, yes, actually, because that row was filled in the whole time and I didn't even notice. Doink. There we go, and that means you're the 2, and that's the 1, and that's the 2, and that means that closes off, and that's the 2, and that's the 1, and that's the 2 right there, and means that's the 2, that's the 4, and that means that one's closed off, which means the 2 goes here, which means that row is filled in, which means that's a 1 right there, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 1, and there's the 1, and that's 3 minutes. Okay. I feel like I could have done that faster if I'd seen a couple of things sooner. Turban? Really? Oh, no, yeah. The funny thing about these puzzles is because they're so low res, like when they oftentimes you can't see what the hell the thing is when it's zoomed in, but once it zooms out, you kind of go, oh, no, yeah, no, I see it now. Just to finish this video off, just for fun, let's do a 15 by 15, shall we? These are the ones where I usually start to struggle, like I'll have times where I'll need to restart because I do something wrong and I don't realize it. So let's see if you can catch me making some more mistakes now. So 6 goes there, which means that 6 can be filled in, which is lovely. And you can be filled in thus, and then we can close that one off, and that's a 6 right there. And that's 7 in there, which means 4 on the other side. And that's a 5, that's fine. And close that one off, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, da la da da dee. Which means we have another 3 right there that we can fill in. That's a 4, which means we can at least do that. Then we can... Oh, that's a 4, and that's a 4, but that's... 4, and okay, so the 4 has to close off over there, and then that has to go 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 there. Cool. And then that... so 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, I didn't figure. Well, but that's a 6 with the 4 on the side, but the 4 can't be there, so the 4 has to go over here, which means we can close these one off. I hope. Yoink. And that's the 3 right there. Zoop, closing off these because that row is complete. And then you go here, and that closes off that thing, and that thing, and that thing. Which means that one's the 4, so that has to include that one, which means that one can be closed off. And it's usually a good sign when you can fill up like a whole side of the thing pretty early on. Because anytime... Okay, cool. This is going too smoothly. Now I'm worried. Okay, there's a 1 and a 1 there, and then, yeah, there's a 3 needs to go there, and go there, which means that's a 2, so that can go anywhere. Okay, 5 goes here, and 6 goes here, and that means closing off that one, which means the 5 goes there, which means the 4 goes there, which means that one's closed off. Finished off these rows, might as well fill them in right now. Yada-da-dee! Hooray! And that's the 4 right there, which means, yeah, that has to be the 1 right there, which is lovely, because that closes off a lot of problematic space on that thing. And that closes off that one, which means we have the 5 there and the 3 there, and that's the 1s being filled in beautifully so. And there only needs to be 4 1s right here, and we only have 4 open spaces, so that's easy. And then goes there, and those, and thus, and here. And then you go there, and then that's those going in there, I think. And there, and here we go, and there we go, and then we have, yeah, that's, okay. I finished that one faster than the last one. Oh, a zipper, I see. Anyway, that's Picross. I've been playing a lot. So if you've enjoyed watching me solve these puzzles, and maybe if you want to see me solve some of the more difficult ones that actually, like, that where I kind of have to restart and retry a bunch of times, let me know in the comments, I guess. Like, comment, subscribe. Bell icon. I have a Patreon, a merchandise store, and a tip jar. You can use them if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It helps me pay for, well, my rent, first of all, and for the editor who helps me with some of the videos on this channel. But yeah, thanks for watching. Wear a mask, wash your hands, take the vaccine when it comes, and I can do like a more gentle, slow tutorial video for Picross. Also, I think if I do another episode of this, I'll do a slower tutorial at first to really walk you through all the steps. But yeah. Try to add... Oh, right, the sign-off. Try to act with solidarity towards those who are working to make the world a better place.